Scroll Toyota, leading the way every day. And Scroll Toyota, symbols of trust.
Well, I think you can imagine the utter chaos in trying to take over, this amount of space in a period of 4 hours. So we got all of our fixtures in, brought in electricians, installed the POS, then brought all the merchandise, and then we had about 100 people to come in and merchandise and turn the shop over as quickly as possible.
The airport's retail spaces were closed for 4 hours, from 12 a.m. to about 4 a.m. Sunday morning, to give new concession holder Lotte a chance to restock shelves and bring in new signs and fixtures. It was like a scene out of Extreme Makeover Home Edition, Lotte HR manager Bernard Nunes describes.
So I think if you can imagine moving into a brand new house that's just walls, that's what we moved into. So we actually had to come in, install our fixtures, bring in registers, then bring in merchandise, and it all belongs to Lotte. Then the staff that came in to help merchandise that. So it was just like moving into a brand new house.
Meanwhile, Lotte transition manager Jerry Paris says the bitter court battle between Lotte and now ousted tenants DFS Guam did not interrupt their operations and mission to open on time.
Unless we're told to stop, we are marching to open on the 21st. That's exactly what happened. We were not going to wait for that decision because it would have been much too late for us to react. So for the last several weeks, we've actually been planning for this move.
For the average traveler, after getting past security, it probably would not be as apparent that a renovation was ongoing. But as you walk through the concourse, it becomes more visible that some construction is taking place. Lotte's airport general manager Maria Ramos says there are plans and goals in place to minimize a disruption for the traveling public.
For right now, we want to look as complete as we can in the temporary spaces that we have. Most of the fixturing that we have in are actually temporary, but when you look at it from a customer's point of view, it looks permanent. So that, I think, was a goal of ours from the beginning, not to look like we were under construction. And I think we've really achieved that, at least in beauty and in liquor.
Ramos also talks about some of the challenges Lotte faced in the 4 hours they were closed to make the spaces as presentable as possible.
So working through that, everything from cleaning it up and then moving the fixtures in and then construction going in and plugging in the fixtures, even putting shelves in the wall, putting images up, and then lastly, of course, bringing the merchandise and then the team to merchandise the shop or the different departments. That was the challenge. If you're thinking Grand Central Station, that's what it was, right at this turnkey here.
Meanwhile, DFS attorney Bill Blair tells PNC that he'll be meeting with DFS officials this week to discuss their options with moving forward with litigation. He emphasizes that Judge Bordalio's decision did not take into account the merits of DFS's protest. Blair says Bordalio based his decision solely on the administrative process of protesting an RFP. He also notes that DFS still has 2 protests pending with the airport. Therefore, DFS must still wait for a decision from the airport authority.